Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and it's time to show off another deck. I've been playing Brawl because it's a hell of a lot more fun than Standard, so let's take a look at this one. It is possible, by the way, to play blue, mono blue, and have fun, and potentially have your opponent have fun too. I know, mind-blowing. But yeah, for this one, I chose the commander of Callaphe, so this is another stupid Thassa ETB Bounce-a-thon deck. I'm actually shocked at the power of this card. I mean, it's pretty nuts. I mean, this isn't a pure devotion deck, but it is mono blue. So, I mean, her power is equal to your devotion to blue. This thing's going to be swinging for like 8+ almost any game. I mean, this is like a blue power card, and it keeps coming back. I mean, it costs 3, then 5, then 7. That's pretty reasonable. So, I mean, this is actually one of the game winners here. It's a pretty damn good drop on turn 3, that's for sure. Then we got Opt in here because, of course, this is a very draw-heavy deck, by the way. It's like a draw trigger deck, but not like some broken 3-color, control-a-thon deck. It kind of keeps it real. In fact, there's very little control in the deck. I do have Stern Dismissal, return target creature or enchantment opponent controls to its owner's hand. It's just nice to have, an instant speed especially. Then Shadow Spear, because every single Brawl deck should have Shadow Spear. And then Anticipate. It's just a nice little draw, a little, keep it going. Also kind of ramp. You might pull a land if you need one. Then we got Callous Dismissal. Just return something to hand and amass 1. That's really nice because then you get a chump blocker to buy time. This is a pretty slow deck, I will say. Then we got Fblthp. That's just in there to draw a card. Then we got Frogify. This is the absolute grand Brawl killer right here. This and Kasmina's Transmutation, which are nearly identical. I mean, you can kill their stupid little 2/3/4 cost commander. They'll just recast it. But if you turn it into a frog, it is stuck in play. Now, the problem is the next time you swing with anything, literally anything that has 1 power or higher, they're going to block with the frog and it'll get killed anyway. But with this deck, you might be able to, ride it out on just flyers or like win the deck or win the game just without it somehow. You'll kind of see as you see what cards are in there. But yeah, getting their commander stuck in play with the ability to do absolutely nothing, it is so funny because they are just so stuck. Then we got Keep Safe. It's a nice little counterspell for 2 instant speed, obviously, and it only affects permanents you control if they're being targeted, which is still quite often and something you would want to stop in this deck. And then you draw a card on top of it. Fantastic card. Then we got Lazotep Plating, another amazing card. It's amass 1 first up front, then you and permanents you control gain hexproof. So it's a little bit of a step up from this one, but without the card draw. And they're both 2. I mean, these are 2 of the best pseudo counterspells in the game. Well, this one's a true counterspell. This one is just by rule a counterspell, I guess. Then we threw Negate in too, because you got to keep it cheap. And you don't really care about the creatures too much. You mostly want to stop the other spells like Planeswalkers and devastating board wipes. So then we got Ominous Seas. This one's fun. You just count to 8, bring out a Kraken. I mean, don't cycle it. Why would you ever cycle this? I mean, I guess if it's really late game and you're maybe 2 turns from winning and you just don't want to wait 8 draws or something, I don't know. By the time you got that much in play, you could probably draw 3 cards a turn anyway in this deck, so I'd keep it. Then we got Charmed Sleep. I mean, it's a double devotion pin down. Love that. Wish it stopped abilities, but it doesn't. Then we got Mirror Maid, so you can clone, let's be honest, their best artifact or enchantment. If you clone Charmed Sleep, you will be able to attach it, though. I always thought that was a weird rule. You can choose a target to attach it to. So yeah, there's really not much in this deck that you would want to clone. This is just there to clone their best card. And in fact, there's the 4-drop that isn't technically legal in this Brawl deck because of the option. It's the Mythos card. It's the blue one. Because you have the option of paying 2 other colors for it, it can't be put in this deck, which sucks because it clones the best permanent in play, basically. You still choose, but I mean, let's be honest, you choose the best one in play. So you can just like clone their commander. I mean, it's ridiculous. Wish you could play it in this one. It's a shame you can't. Then we got an absolute game winner. Whoops, that's Nadir. I guess we'll go with the not game winner at all, Mu Yanling, Sky Dancer. She's just annoying and, eventually she could bring out a couple birds. 4/4 in the air is no joke. And the -8 isn't too bad. It matches the deck. She's 2 loyalty for 3, and then she +2s immediately. Not that good, but it can effectively remove 1 creature from, concern. I guess not really from play. I put it in, and she'd be an early cut. But she is double devotion and tends to Take stupid people and make them take their aggressive creatures out on her instead of your life total, which they should not do. She's not powerful enough to merit that in most cases when it's this slow of a deck. Then we got Nadir Kraken, absolute game winner here. I mean, you go wide and you go big at the same time. It's crazy. I love it. I mean, this card's insane. Then we got Quasi-Duplicate. Not much worth cloning in this deck, but if you manage to clone one of these or something cool, a lot of the best cards are legendary, but I threw it in. Spark Duplicate's in her too, obviously. Then we got Sea-Dasher Octopus. I mean, you know, it's instant speed with Mutate too, and when you hit them, draw a card, and then you might be able to do it again. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. Just strap it to a flyer. Hell, strap it to a flying 1/1 fairy. Who cares? Then we got Water Knot, another pin down. You're going to need that. Crystalline Giant, just because it's fun, and, you know, I'm going mono, so I'm missing, you know, a large number of good cards, so I went with this one. Sometimes you got to go outside the color. In fact, I probably should put in some other stuff. Like I was going to put in the mace, but I didn't think enough creatures would enter play. So there's probably some equipment or some other stuff. I don't even know if I put Stonecoil in there. I probably did. But then we got Jace. I mean, just triple devotion, draw cards, real simple. You're not really going to mill them out, but whatever. I guess you could win the game with this. It's not real likely. He's just, you know, for 4, he's not that good. But it's draw a card without discarding, which is nice, unlike Teferi. Then we got Spark Double. I mean, that's just fun. Come on. Then we got Sphinx of Foresight. I mean, that's kind of cool. It's a 4/4 flyer. You get the free scry. That's neat. I think I pulled Eyes Everywhere. That might still be in this deck. I don't know. So you might end up with a double free scry, and you might be able to clone this guy too. So, you know, you can get some stuff going with this. Never said it was a good deck. Then we got Teferi. Yeah, it's draw, then discard, so good luck. You're going to start tossing cards you actually need just to +1 him. The -3 is nice. I mean, it just buys you a little time. The -10 is like, whatever. This guy really isn't that powerful unless you build your whole deck around him. Then we got Teferi's Ageless Insight. Now we're talking. If you would draw a card, draw 2. That's huge, especially in this deck. Then we got Thassa. I mean, I put her in. There's not much to flicker here. I mean, almost nothing in the deck would benefit from it. She's just there to be a 6/5 indestructible for 4. I mean, that's about it. And then the pay 4 tap ability is huge. So yeah, people could use Thassa for other things. That can happen. Then we got Fairy Formation. Now we're getting into the power cards here. We got a 5/4 flyer, so that's huge. And then if you just pay 4, create a blue fairy card, or token, I guess card, and then draw a card. So, I mean, that's pretty dope. Then we got the 6-cost Jace. I mean, he does the same thing as the 4-cost Jace. He just draws a damn card. So it's like, whatever. He's not that great. Creatures you control can't be blocked this turn. It's not like you're going to go big enough for that to matter, but I don't know. You might win a game that way. It's really just recurring draw for 6. And then whenever you draw your second card each turn, which might happen, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. So kind of weak for 6, but whatever. This deck's still reaching. Then we got the absolute bomb-ass card in this deck. This is the game winner right here. Shark Typhoon. I mean, there's a ton of non-creature spells. This includes like planeswalkers and auras and crap. So you create a shark equivalent to its CMC. I mean, you're going to waste a turn dropping this for 6, but after that, you're just going to win if they don't remove it. Then we got Sublime Epiphany. This card's hilarious. I'm not going to read it all. You guys know what it does. It's crazy. Then we got Teferi, Timeless Voyager. Once again, you're paying 6 to get a 4 loyalty that you pay 1 and draw a card. I mean, the blue planeswalkers are not that great. Then if you -3 them, though, you can put target creature on top of its owner's library, which is pretty funny. And then, -8 phase everything they own, basically. That's kind of fun. You buy yourself almost 2 turns doing that. Then we got Agent of Treachery, which is still legal in this format for some reason. Probably shouldn't be. I hate this card. Then we got Kiora, Best the Sea God. I mean, the first step is create an 8/8. I mean, come on. And then the third step is steal something. I mean, come on. I love this. I wish this was a Simic ramp deck and I could just drop this in. Why isn't this in my Simic ramp deck? Probably because it's not a true ramp deck. It's a counter deck, Proliferate. But I might do like a big ramp, like a go big deck. But then we do have Stonecoil. So, I mean, that's just good. I mean, the reach, the perfect flexibility for the curve. I mean, this card's insane. Then we get Stolen by the Fae. This one's kind of fun. Return target creature with converted mana cost of X to its owner's hand. You create X fairies with flying. I mean, you got to have it. I mean, you got to have it or you don't. I mean, otherwise you can't cast it. You got to have the mana. But if you do, damn. Then we got Gadwick. This one's kind of cool. Everything you pay past 3, you get to draw a card. And then whenever you cast a blue spell, tap target non-land permanent opponent controls. It does untap during its next untap step, so it ain't that great, but it's funny. Then we got Mass Manipulation because, of course, I mean, as if I would not put this in a blue deck, and after that, it's just a bunch of crap. So I would almost recommend not putting in Blast Zone or like cutting, I don't know, Labyrinth. That card's insane. Or maybe Karn's Bastion because it's not that good. the shuffler just keeps giving me these 3 damn lands, like way more often than it should. I know it's a draw deck, but like we're talking first 5 turns is like, here, have all 3 of them. Oh, you needed to generate blue? Well, screw you. So, I mean, look at this. There's 18 sources of blue and like 3 not. Well, 19 if you count Command Tower, and it just keeps giving them to me. So you might actually, believe it or not, want to cut the number. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's what it is. It would never happen in a paper game. You know, Scry 2 for 4, that's cool. More of an emergency thing. Mystic Sanctuary, oh boy, you get to ruin your next draw to go get an instant sorcery. Wow, how exciting. So yeah, I mean, this deck's just kind of fun. When it goes off, it goes off. When you take Shadow Spear and put it on a Leviathan or something, it's cool. It might not look that cool or fun to play, but I'm just going to play exactly 1 game right now, record it right now, and no matter what happens, I will upload it. So it might be a disaster, it might be an overwhelming victory. I know that if they keep putting me up against blitz decks, I'm going to lose, but anything a little bit slower, this at least has a chance, and you can really kind of screw with your opponent without, like, absolutely shutting them down to the point where they're just, like, pissed off. So it's a fun, friendly Brawl deck. If you're a blue player, you're going to like it. All right, this might be a Proliferate deck. That wouldn't be my first choice, but okay. So we got Thassa, we got Stonecoil. All right, I mean, the deck's kind of weak. This is about as good as you're going to get right here. I mean, remember, we always have Callaphe. She's like the power card. She's the one that just keeps coming back and just keeps pissing them off. This deck is very susceptible to control, ironically, and there's almost no counter spells in here because they just didn't seem to fit the theme. Oh, I so should. But I need to draw something here. Oh, Quasi-Duplicate would be cool if I had anything I could clone. Legendary, not a creature, and I wouldn't recommend cloning it. You know, Labyrinth would be nice for the 4th land. It's not the end of the world. There we go. I'm going to hopefully just run the whole game on a Stonecoil Serpent. You never know. I do like that they let me go first because they know this deck is so damn weak. Whoever has the weakest deck goes first, in case you didn't notice that. I don't know how anybody would not notice that trend at this point. Okay, well, he's doing as close to nothing as you possibly can. He's setting up some, you know, some beast like Simic Proliferate ramp deck, but that's fine. Oh, see, there it is. Told you. Let's see here. You have to actually pay 4, so it actually costs 5 including this. I'm not going to drop it yet. Let's see. I should Callous Dismissal this right before it gets there. I don't know if I should put the pressure on when I know I've got more lands. I probably shouldn't. I'm just going to try to Lightning Rod this if he has some kind of amazing way to deal with this. Probably not in those colors. We'll try it. I mean, I also wanted to hit him for 3. All right. I actually pulled Pelt Collector from my... I'm gonna flicker it just to use it on defense. That's such a troll move, but anyway, I pulled Pelt Collector from my Proliferate deck because it just, unless it came out first turn, it wasn't that good, and even then it wasn't that good. Kind of unreliable, not the best target for Proliferate, takes too long to get, you know, going. I kind of lean towards the bombs more. Oh, Spark Double, I could do another Callaphe. Oh, that's rough. That is rough. I know he has full mana open, but I'd almost rather this not get countered if I could speak today. I have a feeling he's gonna counter it. Oh no, okay. A lot of Civic people don't go for the counters. I would. I mean, he's got 11 coming at him. Like I said, this deck looks kind of weak until you see it in action. I mean, this is lethal next turn if he can't do anything. It's been a couple turns and he's done absolutely nothing though. So I mean, there's that. Now I really don't want to flicker anything. And remember, if he brings out some just absolute monster I can't deal with, I can't imagine for 5 mana what that would be, but you never know. I could tap it down because I got a Thassa. In fact, he's going to need to summon almost like 3 blockers or like blow something away or something because I could just tap anything down and then swing with 2 Callaphs. And I love how Spark Double comes out with a counter. That's just so wild. Oh, he's in trouble. She is like super OP because that dude has reach. If that didn't have reach, I'd be like, that's fine, but a little much. You know what? I am just going to absolutely piss him off. Oh, I should, but you know what? Let's play this the right way. There we go. So, yep. I mean, you wouldn't think, what was it, like turn 7? I mean, it just goes, but I mean, Callaphe is no joke. She is not playing, guys. She's like almost single-handedly a reason to go mono blue. So, I mean, you know, interesting game. Wish it went a little longer. I like the longer Brawl games where there's a little bit more thinking involved. My opponent clearly did not have anything on the low end, and neither did I, but, well, Callaphe is Callaphe. You get to 4 and this deck just hits the gas. You know, that's the power bar of the deck right there. So, I don't know, build it if you want to have some fun and don't really care about wins, or if you just need something to get, you know, X amount of blue spells in the day or whatever. That's usually what I use it for. Otherwise, you know, I like to be competitive. I like to play my most powerful deck, which is my counters deck. I made a deck video on that like a week ago, so look for that. If you want to see other decks, a couple of which are relevant as of M21, you might want to kind of compare the dates. I have a playlist called Decks right on my channel, so just click on my channel name and then playlist and then Decks. And then once you've given up on that, because I think I maybe have 2 or 3 relevant deck decks from after M21's release, go watch the Dank Meme playlist. I'm sure I put it up at the end of this video. It is the greatest thing ever. You guys, seriously, some of those videos have like 3,000 views. Like, what the hell? Do people just not like memes? If you don't like memes, you don't deserve to be on this channel because you are dead inside. Speaking of that, I also made a deck tech for the deck Dead Inside, I believe. Either that or I'm planning to. Either in the past or in the near future, you're going to see it. I don't know which. I'm a Time Lord who experiences time out of order. But, yeah, that's another power deck that I got. It's black-white. It's pretty good. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next video.